random one today. We're back at it again. For those of you who are returning, thank you very much. I really do appreciate you guys. And for those of you guys who are checking out one of my videos for the first time, right there's that subscribe button down there. Go ahead and hit it. So let me show you what we have going on here on this master bathroom. Well, this house was built in the 70s. Nothing fancy about it. It's a newer toilet. Other than that, it's all original tile. We're gonna be tearing that tile shower out, putting in a new valve, new pan, all new tile with shower glass. We're gonna be replacing that fan with a fan heat combo. We're gonna be getting rid of this old school heat lamp. Check this out. Whoa! But they're hot. These things use a ton of power. And the one that we put in has a heating element. It's a lot different, and it's kind of like standing underneath a hairdryer, which is gonna be pretty cool. But all new fixtures. She is having a custom vanity built for this space. I wish she wouldn't. Tried to talk her out of it, but she actually wants it to look identical. She also wants tile countertop, which I'm trying to talk her out of. Doing a solid surface, but at the end of the day, she's paying, and I want her to get what she wants, even if it's not what I want, but I also want her to be happy with what she gets. So it's a fine line. New mirror, medicine cabinet, lights, that's me in the background. Hello. All right, you guys, stick around, stay posted. I think this might be how God punishes me for the sins of my youth. If that's true, I got a lot more work to do, dang. This stuff is heavy. All right. Oh my gosh, I am worked. All right, guys, this is a joined unit. So that means there's another residence on the other side of that wall. So this is a firewall right here. And this is my customer's wall. And so is this. So this doesn't need to be well, it's all fire rated with one layer of 5/8 drywall. But when you say, well, why is this in the shower? Well, that's because this is a neighboring wall. So anyway, but they didn't use the moisture rated drywall. So I'm gonna cut that mildew out and replace that. But check this out, old cast iron drain pipe. And as I removed the pan, I noticed it had been leaking here. You can see this was not set right, and it had been leaking, creating rust. And the moisture in the sand just continued to let this old cast iron rust. So as I was digging it out, got looser and looser, and I decided, well, let me give you a good angle. See if what my suspicion is correct. I believe the P-trap is broken. And sure enough, there it is. Broken P-trap. That had been leaking for a long time. It's totally rusted out, but that's okay. Simple fix. There's a band right here, and there's a moisture barrier, which is nice. So I will dig back in there, and I'll see if that pipe that it's connected to is also rusted. And we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But if not, I'll just simply unscrew this band and replace this iron pipe with ABS, the new stuff, the plastic stuff, and we'll be good to go. So, man, I can't stress to you guys the importance of working with somebody that you trust, because this would have been very easy to ignore. And a brand new shower. Actually, I don't know. This is pretty bad. I don't know if this would have been ignored, but I've seen people ignore a lot worse. But anyway, just wanted to show you that. All right, we dug it out. There it is. That's the P-trap. What a P-trap is it self-levels with water. That keeps the septic gas from going up and out of your drain. And this is the shower drain where the water comes in. And the water self-levels in there. So it's called a P-trap. So it's always full of water. But it's cracked.
You can see where the drain's been leaking for who knows how long, leaking down, and that's just kind of like the low spot where it sat, and the water inside and outside, so that's why that's wasted. Got the band off, it was tricky. Inspect the drain line, and it's in good shape. So I'm gonna replace it with the ABS, as I stated, and fill it back in with concrete. Put some mold resistant drywall on here and rock and roll. Let's do it. Hey guys, I just want to show you why we take these old heat lights out. This is supposed to be protected by a shroud, and it mostly was, but there was still insulation caked on this. But these are designed to get really hot. But look at that wire. It's cooked. And the closer it gets to this connection here, it just gets hotter and hotter. And look at those wires. They're really bad. I mean, how long until it catches on fire? It's a question. Good question, right? So we're getting rid of this. All right, well, there's the shower. Ready for tile now. Almost 100% ready for tile. I've got that's 60-minute paper that goes on first. And then you get a nice overlap here. I left it out because the inspector wants to see that. So that paper goes all the way around and behind. And then this is fiber rock. There's a few different materials. I know you old school guys think floating's the only way, but I've been doing this for 20 years now, and I've never had a problem using these materials. They're nice. So I do float the shower pan, and I floated that bench out, and that's all done, ready to rock and roll. So today's Friday. It's a Labor Day weekend. I don't know what's I tried to get an inspection today for my screws, but the building department said that I couldn't get it today. I think they're leaving early. They said I'll get it on Monday, which I know that's not the case because it's a holiday, so I'm hoping I'll get it on Tuesday. But at this point, we're just gonna be waiting on the inspector. Paid about $500 for this permit. He's gonna come out 3 times. He already came out once, signed off my rough plumbing, checked out the valves. He signed off my rough electrical and my rough mechanical for the exhaust fan to cut that hole in the roof so he can get up there. And the shower pan. We did the shower pan. We filled it up with water for 24 hours, and he came and inspected that it was full of water and not leaking. So I already got all that stuff signed off. There's the can lights that I put in. So we're moving forward, making progress. Appreciate you guys watching. Before I set tile, which this is almost ready for tile, I'm gonna paint this stuff. I like to use, it's called Dragon Skin. There's a few different products. There's like Hydro Ban, Red Guard is another popular one. It's just a waterproof, uncoupling, crack isolating membrane. I use it, it's a waterproofing. It's really nice. So I'm gonna let this dry for a while, and then I'm gonna waterproof this whole thing one more time, and then we're gonna be sticking tile in the shower. I'm gonna be scraping up this garbage and setting tile down there. There's gonna be a custom vanity made, custom countertop, all of that stuff. I'm just using that sink for now, but getting ready to tear that out soon. So anyways, appreciate you guys following along. I'll keep you updated. All right, here's a quick coat of the waterproofing that goes on. Notice it's really light purple. I'll show you it again when it's dry. Hey, what's up guys? Back at it again, setting some tile, and I wanted to show you something that's really important. I wanted to point out when it comes to getting tile. A lot of places, big box stores, you can get tile for fairly inexpensive, but I want you to know that there is a difference between a lesser quality and a better quality tile. Lesser quality tiles are not dimensionally correct. So what that means is your grout joints, they can be big and small. There's going to be a lot of variance within your grout joint because your tiles are not the exact dimension. These tile, and I try to never get tiles from like a lesser quality. I try to go with like a reputable tile company, which is where I get most of my tiles, but ultimately it's the homeowner's choice. These tiles are from a very reputable tile company in my area.
but I'm very disappointed. And let me show you why.
Okay, I am extremely particular, probably to a fault. I've been setting tile for a long time and I'm pretty dang good at it. But these tiles, whenever you get porcelain or ceramic, when they heat them, you can get like variation in it. So the factory typically separates them, and the ones that are of the better tolerances or specs, they will go to the more reputable store. The lesser quality ones, they'll send those to like the big box stores or the discount tile stores. And that's why there's a difference in price. There's also a difference in quality. But look at this tile here. I don't know if you can see it. It's got like a huge, it's got a bow in it. It's like cupped. It's really hard for me to show you guys this. Let me try to get a better angle. So my straight edge is across the tile, and you can see that it's lifted on that side and flat here. So when I push it flat on the other side, it lifts. So what that means is I'm going to get lippage. So if I'm perfectly flat going down in some spots, it'll be off on another. And that really bugs the heck out of me. And let me show you what I mean. So this is where my shower glass is going to go. Like, that's perfect. That is perfect, right? Because my shower glass is going to be nice and straight. No one's going to see if I'm off a little bit in here, but I am. But when I grout it, if some parts hang over a little bit, like that hangs over just a hair, I'm perfectly flat here, and I'm perfectly flat here, but some of these tiles have like a big dive, and I guess it is what it is. So anyway, this is the first time that I've bought tile from a place like, from this store that I haven't been happy with. They're beautiful tiles. They're porcelain. They're from Italy. They're Italian, which typically are really nice tiles. Most of the stuff that comes from Italy is very nice. And it'll look great when it's done. If you see I'm at a 25% off pattern, that's going to help with these tiles. Because if I was to do like a 50%, which is never recommended with porcelain or ceramic, you would really see that lippage. So by bringing my vertical joints a little bit tighter, it actually helps a lot with my layout, so I can get full tiles on this end. So I got full tile, and then it's like mostly full here. Then we drop down to full tile, comes back around, mostly full there. So it helps with it helped me with the layout, but man, it also was helping with some of this lippage. So just stuff to be aware. In the end, it's going to be perfect. I don't think anyone's going to catch that stuff but me. And we're only talking about like a 32nd of an inch, which is extremely minor, but it is something. You know, if I did get these from a lesser quality store, they could be much worse than that, and you would want to think that it was the tile contractor that did a horrible job, and that's the case sometimes. But sometimes the best tile setter in the world can only do so much with inferior tiles. So anyway, know what you're buying.
So I'm going to cut it here, guys. I really appreciate you watching. You can take a look around this bathroom. I got the vanities all in. It's really nice. Got my can lights in, drywall's patched. But I'm going to cut this here. I just want to tell you that I really appreciate you. Thank you for watching, and stick around. Now would be a good time to sub if you've made it this far. I really appreciate it. All right, until next time, take care.